Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of Baskerville Drummond at Home. Special because we're celebrating the firm's 10th anniversary, and I'm joined by the man who got us here, David Baskerville. Hello, David, on what is a very auspicious occasion.
Hi, Sarah. Yeah, thank you very much. And thanks everyone for watching.
Okay, so my first question, and it's the one that everyone has been wanting to ask all these years. Who was Drummond and what have you done with them?
So, despite the rumour, she's not buried under the patio, but that's probably where I will end up at some point. But yeah, Drummond, that's my wife, Joyce. So when I set off Baskerville Drummond, I actually was expecting to do a lot of interim type roles. So it started off just as David Baskerville Consulting, not very managed. And when I changed to actually move from being interim role to consulting, I was also getting married to Joyce and wanted to sort of build something there. And it was quite nicely from a law firm point of view. It's the old double-barreled. It sort of opens a few doors that people think you. At the time, it was just a one-man band, but it sort of gave us a bit of gravity. So Drummond isn't an active part in the firm, but very, very important to the success of the business with the support that I get from Joyce. So that is Drummond. And I always sort of think it's quite nice to have that reflected.
Okay, David, second question. Why did you do it?
It's one of those things, when you read these books from business gurus and they have their magical plan where they were down and out and suddenly they're a millionaire. I wish mine was like that, but it does have that bit of luck in there that those books always miss out. So I've obviously been at Tollers for just shy of 7 years. I've been offered equity in the firm, and indeed I'd actually been asked to stand as a managing partner. So sort of like a huge thing for somebody of my age at that time. And but there was two of us who'd been asked to stand for managing partner, and we both went and met the senior partner, Chris, and we had a good chat about things. And during that meeting, I just thought our views on what should be done for the firm was so different. It was never going to work. Because it was a typical law firm thing. There's we can have an internal project manager, a joint project managing partner, all that sort of thing. And actually, I just thought this isn't going to work. And I actually just said in that meeting, I don't think this is going to work. So I walked into the meeting thinking I've got equity and the potential of being managing partner, and walked out with an agreement for my redundancy and 6 months' money. So it was one of those things where you sort of work out and think, yeah, I've done the right thing. I always wanted to work for myself. I remember ringing my dad on the way home and he said, "You've done what?" And it's probably about a week later, it hit me going, "You've done what?" But yeah, and I've just been really lucky again. I remember saying to that, "Look, don't worry about it. I've got 6 months' money. If I get something this side of Christmas, if I get a couple of weeks in, I'll then see how the new year goes." And as it happened, it just quirk of fate. I did a week consultancy out of legal actually, and then a law firm had got an issue that they needed an interim role for 6 months, and that was it. And ever since that point, I've been lucky to go from amazing client to amazing client who has been very happy to introduce me to other law firms who have similar needs to the ones I've helped with them. So I think my luck, if you like, was I went into a meeting and did something silly, which I would have never planned for if I'd thought about it. And my gratitude for surviving 10 years in this market is the clients that I've had the opportunity to work with, and the friendship and support they've given on a personal level and in a business level, and their willingness to say, actually, this guy's all right. He's not going to rip you off. He's going to be straight from the hip. He's going to tell you what you need to know, and he's going to look after you properly. And I think the fact that I haven't done the stats for a long time, but at one point, like 95% of our work was off referrals from other clients. I'm just so proud of that, and so grateful for the clients for giving us the opportunity, over those years, and continue to give us that opportunity.
Now, your close friends will know you as a rugby man, an ardent follower of Northampton Saints with the replica shirts to match. I believe this is you're sporting this season's.
Yeah, unusual for me. I actually paid for this one. I'm normally a Mingy Northerner, and I tend to go to the end of season sale and buy a couple. But this shirt is actually a special shirt. When COVID happened, the club were obviously, like many sporting companies, in a bit of dire. So they asked all season ticket holders to leave the money in the club for a year to help them weather the storm. And all the people who did, when they came out the other side, they made a shirt and put everyone's names on. So it's one of the shirts I actually paid full whack. You think, hang on a minute, I've given them a year's money without any income, and I've paid 60 quid because the shirt just got my name on it. So they get you either way, don't they? But,
and have you located your name? Have you found
well,
where you are?
I found myself, and I suppose, again, it's just, if you're small, you'll find me once. If you're a larger gentleman like me, I'm actually on my own shirt 5 times. So the more paneling you get, the more display of your own name. So, yeah, I sort of like round the bottom back area, which is always not a great place, but I am also on the side panel. So yeah, make it on there a couple of times. And the bigger you are, the more time you show, and that's my excuse.
Excellent, excellent. Right. So if we're going to look back over the past 10 years, do you think you've had a better run than your team?
That's very unkind. So look, I am a Northampton fan, and actually, I've always been a fan of rugby. I ended up being a Northampton season ticket holder because I worked for Tollers in Northampton, and got taken down there a few times by some of the staff at Tollers. Really enjoyed it. Became a season ticket holder. But actually, I would say I'm more of a rugby fan, than all. And if you think Northampton, I think they're a fantastic club. Really enjoy my time there. But actually, they try to play a style of rugby that doesn't deliver results. So they've had one lucky win of the Premiership in all that time, in the 15 years that I've been going. They had a couple of seasons where they're good, but actually they're a mediocre team who play some exciting rugby. So I would actually say that as a consultancy, we're probably a bit more like Exeter, or even, dare I say it, Leicester Tigers, where we might not be the glamorous boys, but actually get in, we'll do a job done, and actually we've seen over the last sort of 5 years, really, since we've sort of become multiple person consultancy, that we're delivering results, and we're delivering that constantly. So yeah, we might not get the headlight figures, we might get the razzmatazz, but we deliver. So I do see that we're in that sort of zone. I would hasten to say we'd never want to be associated with Saracens, and there's no backhanders or brown envelopes anywhere near us, which I think it does happen in the industry. So yeah, so even though I love Northampton, I would like to be associated with Leicester Tigers or Exeter from a consultancy delivery viewpoint.